This is what we call copperhead country. There are a lot of them out here. I've already run across 3. And thankfully, a good Samaritan let me borrow his quad, which is amazing because I have chased off now 2 of them that were right in my path. They heard the quad coming. They didn't want to deal with it. They just took off. That didn't happen yesterday when I was walking through the brush. That one was just sitting there staring at me, and it was close. So that's what scared the piss out of me. But this is swampland. Most of it is underwater to varying degrees. And that behind me is where I'm going. Right back over there is where I just ran across 2 snakes right next to each other, just within like 30 feet of each other. And they were not small. Both copperheads. My heart is going pitter-patter right now. This is not fun, but again, I wouldn't have been doing this if it hadn't been for that. I would have just stopped right there, because actually that spot that I just showed you is where I stopped yesterday when I saw the first copperhead, and I said, nope, I ain't going past that, because that is like a mating ground for them. That is a sunning ground for them. And I just saw 2 more. So there, I was not off. There are a lot of them over there. So yeah, all this distance, and I came back from way over there. So I've just been, and the way you do it with the laser setup here is you got to do line of sight. So since I'm in a forest, I've got to go back to one point of line of sight and then create another point of line of sight, and then go to the next point of line of sight, which is going to be right in that clearing there. And I basically just have to keep walking at line of sight, back and forth line of sight until I get there. These places up in front of me, I basically just drove through it after I initially scared them off. I drove through it fast about 3 more times just to make sure that there weren't any more there. And that way I feel a little bit more confident. I could just go through there without looking at everything. Yep, this is not great.